Hi everyone, I want to welcome you especially to today's live trading session. Okay, so today I'm going to be trading with you live. I'll put you through um, my market's directional bias, let you know what I'm seeing in the market. This is to guide everyone in the team, okay, my students, my mentees, and also anyone who is out there who is a newbie, pro trader, beginner trader, um, someone who's still learning how to trade. This is my own way of, helping to teach you a few things or to show you a few things about how I trade in the market. So quickly, since you are live already, like we usually do, I'd like you to go ahead and share links to all of your contacts. Okay, send it to traders, send it to um, master traders, as pro traders, or even newbies. Anyone that you feel that this live trade session will be beneficial to. It will be a live trade session full of much inspiration, more knowledge. Okay, many ideologies will be shared, and so much will be learned on this live trade session. I see some people coming, to ask me personally to share with them breakdown on how I trade. Sometimes gotta come to my DM, excuse me, and they're asking me how to break down my strategy. There's something traders do that is very funny. There are some questions you ask that are very impossible. There is no way one can easily break down a strategy. Yes, he can explain to you the systems, okay, the semantics. Breaking down a strategy in just few words, it's very difficult, very hard. Something that has been built over years. If you want someone to break it down to you in a second or a few minutes, that wouldn't be possible. So how you can easily understand someone's strategy is by consistently joining, live trading classes. Okay, um, live trading sessions, especially the free ones. You don't even need to subscribe to the person's VIP. You need to be constant in the person's channel, free channels, and get constant updates. You need to see the entries, okay? Then you need to back test what you see him showing you. That's actually how you're going to do it. All right, so quickly, let's go to the chart. I'm going to show you a few things quickly. Okay, so my screen is being shared now, and start talking to you from the dollar index. So what we do normally first is we have to do a top down on the dollar index before we take entries. Now, my major pair is GU, and I've been trading GU for several years. Okay, so there was a time when it was GU only. Okay, I learned early that for you to be able to master trading easily, one of the first things to do is to choose a particular pair. Okay, so if it's crypto, you choose one coin. If it's stock, you choose one. If it's CFD, you choose one. Commodity, you choose one. Synthetics, whichever thing you trade, choose one, master it, because you see the movement of these things are not the same. They're not like, take for instance the dollar index. Anytime it's bearish, it helps us be able to know when AU, NU, EU are bearish. Anytime dollar index is bearish, we know any other pair that is traded with it to go bullish. AU, NU, EU. Okay. Now this is the dollar index. You can see so it's doing the 1 week time frame. Now if you go to GU, you see that it's doing the opposite, right? As you can see. Now when you now go to NU, though I'm not discussing NU with the free channel, only with the VIP community. You see it's a bit different from what GU is doing. You go to EU. Why is it so? Because these are different currencies. EU and GU are closer in similarity. But NU and GU are not similar. Same with EU. Then you go to AU, you see that it's not similar. Okay, but that doesn't still do not mean that when you take the dollar index explanation as I just told you, and you equate it with the movements, that you will not be correct. Like look, take for instance, this is AU, and this was what I was seeing. Now I didn't share this entry with the community, neither did I take it because the pips to be gotten here is too small to risk anything. It is 19 pips, okay? And to be risking just about 10 pips is too small for me, okay? Well, I didn't even know that we could risk 10 pips. I'm just saying it now. Let me see it again. Okay, 10 pips to get 19 is not bad. I could actually stretch it to 20, but I was not too sure if price will break this beyond this spot for today being Monday. So that's why that entry was not considered. If you go to NU, see exactly the same thing. See what I was considering. Okay, so if you measure up, you see what's available in the market. You just see it's just about 16. You see 15 to risk about 7. Oh, wow. I didn't check what was to be risked. I only got what was to be targeted, and I was not impressed. I wish I knew we could risk 7. We could try them out. Okay, just what we'll just do is since it's up to 1:2, we just increase the risk with our proper calculation so that we're still risking 0.5% on the account we risk 0.5%, 1% on the account we risk 1%, and then we go for 1:2 because this is a good 1 to 2 or 2 RR. Okay, so but that's by the way, why I'm showing you this is not because I discuss NU or EU with the free community. It's just to show you the little differences in character. If you go to GU now, be shocked, be surprised what you see. So you can see, it's not behaving the same way the other ones will behaving. Now, why did I enter GU? Because I am so not happy how I'm waiting for price, to give me the conservative move, and then price goes boom aggressively. The dollar index was giving me a clear sign that it was going to go aggressive. As you can see, look at what it did. It just came here. Price was here when I entered. So I said, no, this will go aggressive because I see this as a protected low. And I know that even if it's going to create another one, it will not be too far, which it did. Okay. So if you look where you see that now we really have a protected low, which is this. So the dollar index may keep going bullish for now. Since it's taking out this, okay, once it takes out this, so what's gonna do is it's most likely gonna do like this. It's gonna keep going bullish for now. So it might be a bearish week for GU and the rest of the pairs. So that's why I thought, okay, fine, let's do this. Let's do this. And what we're risking was quite reasonable. We're risking just 15 pips. I knew that can hold. I knew 15 pips can hold, so we don't get induced, and we're targeting 33. Very good risk to reward ratio, and that will help us hit today's target. Okay, can even give us a very good, more than what we made last week and last 2 weeks. Okay, so last week we made just 1% profit. This week we're looking at making at least 10%. Okay, if the market provides or gives us such an opportunity. But now look at the way GU is behaving. Now let me show you the way EU is behaving, even though I don't discuss EU with the free community. But look at the way EU is behaving. You can see totally different. So I spotted EU from here as and when I was considering entering GU. I was going to EU like this. Okay. Of which it has already hit TP. Where I said no, I won't. Why? I measured the pips. I choose quality over quantity. I'm seeing 70 pips. I said no. What do I want to do with the 17 pips? I was not encouraged. Okay. So I said no, what will I want to do with it? It's 30 minimum. So that I consider. Okay. Because I'm not scalping. I'm not scalping. Most times now I swing because I want the big moves. If you look at it in the 5 minutes time frame, you see how risky it is. Because price came, pushed up, then pushed down. Why? It was able to push to this point because The dollar index was aggressively buying. Otherwise, it could have taken out anyone selling a. So that's basically how I analyze the market. So like I said, first of all, we do a top down. You go to the 1 week time frame. So after you get to the 1 week time frame, what do you look out for? You look out for the overall trend, of which if you look, you see that there is a break structure here, showing us clearly that dollar index is bullish. Okay, if you go to 24-hour time frame, you see it's bullish also because it's the break of structure is on the upside. It's on the upside. Look at it. It's on the upside. The bearish move, which is this, is an internal break of structure. Look at it. See, externally, it's on still on the bullish side. Okay, excuse me. Go to the 4-hour time frame. If you look closely, you see what is it doing. Okay, so if you're not able to do a proper top down by aligning the time frames, you're going to have issues with trading. So you look at the 4-hour, you see closely that it's actually bearish on this side. So the bigger time frames are aligned, 24-hour 1 week. Even if the 4-hour is bearish, which you can see there's like a big structure here, right? What you must know is that the external order flow, which is called by high time frame, is stronger than the internal order flow. So if this is bearish, what you should understand is that this is your premium zone, right? This is what you understand. This is your discount zone. Price is currently on your discount zone. It means automatically that the dollar index will buy place into the premium zone first before it starts selling. So you should be looking more buys on the dollar index. I told you last week, which played out just as I predicted, that if you're going to buy dollar index, you should go long. If you're going to sell the dollar index, you go short, right? And that's what we did last week. We sold the dollar index. We bought GU short. Okay, we bought GU short, and that short, even though it still did not give us good benefits because it induced or went in too early. I exited. When I saw that price was very close. I wish I told the community. But you see, there's this character of making sure you hit your TP or your SL. So that's why I did not really bother telling the community what to do. Sorry, excuse me. I wanted you to be maintaining that discipline of hitting TP. So I personally, when I had my reasons, the particular account that I was managing, I thought, no, let me just go out because of spread and lot things. But I want my student to use taking TP and SL. I didn't want you to exit. That's why I didn't tell you what you need to do. Okay. So don't worry if you took SL. Many more opportunities will always come, and you don't have anything to regret. Okay, because you will hit TP. As you can see, we should hit TP with this. We should hit TP with this. If we still hit SL, nothing wrong. Our TP is coming. Okay. Anytime you are taking loss in trading, don't feel bad. It's part of the system. Okay, there's even something called loss streak. When you are hitting, okay, let me show you quickly. You go backward, you see this left us. I told you that we're going to go bearish long, right? So we're supposed to catch this one. He left us. Okay, I have not discussed this with you before. So it's okay, fine. At least it retrace. He did not retrace. He kept on selling, so we missed that. Okay, so we didn't catch that. And that's what we are catching now. If you look closely, so you see that we missed this sell here. So it's going to give us this short sell, which is what we're aiming for now. After this short sell, there's going to be another massive sell coming from around these regions, and that one will give us the usual sniper entry. So our sniper entry will be here. Why? Because of the imbalance. You can see one imbalance, two imbalance, then accumulation. So for those of you that are used to trading structure for sniper entry, you remember that the sniper entry goes this way. First of all, there's a move like this, then there's another move that gives what? A break of structure, right? And after that move, there is a retracement, which has not happened fully. Okay, it did not happen yet, but it's about to happen now. So that retracement comes back into the protected low that gave the massive bearish move. As you can see, this is the protected low that gives the bearish move. So that's protected low is usually what gives the sniper entry. So sniper entry will come this way to go like this. Okay, it will now take out this. Okay, after that taking it out, then it will not go back into that this thing to just pick a point of interest and it will sniper down. Okay, so this is how to catch your sniper entry. So we're going to be catching a sniper entry on GU, based on the move that's happened already. Now it doesn't. I don't know if it's going to be this week. Okay, but if the candles give the characters I'm expecting, then we'll not give a sniper in this week. But if it doesn't happen this week, then just know that it might be next week. Okay, but just keep expecting more updates from us as we're going to be updating you on what's going on in the market. So you can see how you can master your trading. You can master the charts. Okay, not cramming charts. You master, okay, when charts behave in this direction, this is what to expect. When charts behave in the other direction, that's what to expect. So that's the only way you can be able to master your trade. And look at the dollar index. Someone would have said, oh, but we shouldn't be buying the dollar index yet. But it's giving us bullish signs. Okay, and once the dollar index is giving bullish signs, what it means is that the other ones, which is the GU, EU, NU, AU, should be going bearish. Okay, the only thing we just need is we need to know if it's time to go bearish. Like the G was giving me clear sign that it's time to go bearish. It's giving me a clear sign that it was time to go bearish. Okay, I'm seeing this as a protected low, but I don't know if they will, because the way the candle is going now, it's looking like it will still induce a bit, of which that would be a bit risky for us. But that's part of how trading is. So it's showing me now like this is not a protected loop. It's acting like it will just give an inducement before it comes to TP. Whatever it is, to aim for whatever happens. Hit stop loss already, hit take profit already. That's why I always tell you, do not risk too much in the markets. Now take for instance, you are all risking 0.5% with this entry. You're risking 1% with this entry. You can afford to take more entries. When you're risking, some of you are trading prop accounts, you're risking 10%, you're risking 20%, some risking 5%. You can't consistently win like that in trading. Okay, because there are times when you may hit stop loss consecutively. What happens? How are you be able to manage such when you're risking so much? Okay, there are times when you hit take profit consecutively because there is something the market does. It brings you familiar charts which you back tested sometimes, and you see yourself, oh, I know this. That's what we call A setups. That's what we call high probability setups. Okay, it helps you win. Then sometimes the chart now brings you setups that you are not very much familiar with, but you're seeing your key confluences, you're seeing your key indicator factors that tells you to go in like this or go in this way. Okay, and then thinking, okay, let me just take this trade, right? There are setups like that. So in that case, you're taking the trade, but it's not an A setup. Yes, you have all your confirmation, your rules are met, but the chart is looking like, but not exactly like. In such case, if you say you're not going to take it, you might be correct. In such case, if you say you're not going to take it, you might be wrong not taking it. So what you do is you can add it as part of your entry, but you know that this is not an A setup, and this may fail. Okay, so if you lose in such case, you lose only 1% or no 0.5%. And when the A setup comes, like the sniper entry I told you that is coming, you use one stone to kill several birds. So you've hit stop loss, let's say 1% or 2%. You now catch that sniper entry, it gives you 10%. 2% minus 10, you have 8% profit. 1% minus 10, you have 9% profit. That's how to manage your trading. So that's what we're looking at for the dollar index that I've shown you. So I haven't done the top down. You look from the 4 hour shown you already that it's going to buy, right? So I told you to buy from at least here, okay, up to the about this point. Though it's going to give some reactions here before it comes here. And then you go to the GU. If you come to GU, you see that GU will automatically sell. Okay, so it's going to sell a little bit here. Even though this 4 hour candle is looking very strong. Okay. Excuse me. After this bearish one was created, this second one is looking a bit strong. So I want to understand what candle is really painting first. I can be able to ascertain what we should expect. Okay. From this doesn't induce me. But whatever it is, I'm ready. So you can see the candle that has been printing now. So I expect the GU to sell at least up to this extent before retracing up at least to our snap entry before giving us the massive sell. So go longs or sells on GU this week, go shorts and buys on GU this week. That's how I'm going to be trading this week. So that's the update. So everyone on the pre-channel, stay active for my updates. Everyone on the VIP channel, stay active for my updates. I'll be giving you updates on what to expect and what to do in the market this week. So you can see what the dollar index is doing. I was saying, let's see, all of these things are manipulations. So prices is still coming to test the protected low. So what it means is that this liquidity we thought will fully grab is not sufficient enough for the smart money traders. Okay, since I go in with the smart money traders, I go in with the institutional traders. So I trade like the institutions. So I like to go in because that's when there's major momentum in the market. So you can see they push price up from here. They still pushed it down. Anytime there's momentum this time, don't think, oh, they are buying and say that. Yes, they pushed this price, they pushed it down. And they're the ones still doing this. So if they haven't gotten much liquidity, that's why it's always best to go in when you see an inducement, when you see a liquidity sweep, and when you find the protected low. Because until they see those things, that's what they use as most times they are key indicator factors to tell when they should now dump price. So I'm expecting them to dump this price here and just keep buying. Okay. But if they are not sufficient, I'm not them. They may want to come get a new price before they dump fully. Whatever it is, we're in already. To those of you on the channels, of course, you must have seen the entries. I said buy GU. If I find any other entry on, there'll be an entry now. Okay, you can see why I did not sell EU. Where is it now? On the stop loss, right? Okay, so EU might give us a sell entry for the VIP. Let me see AU. AU, oh no, it's not interesting the way I want it, but it might. Okay, it's not got to here. So this days I see a strong demand zone here on AU. That's why selling AU is not what I'm considering. I see a strong demand zone here. Then you go to NU. So if you're not on the VIP, this is an next go for you. Also, this one has not, okay, this one has tested. So I may sell NU at least up to this demand zone. Okay, but the entry point will not be this because that was just a trial. The entry point will be somewhere around here when there's a confirmation. This is a protected low because that looks like liquidity for us. Then this will be the target. So this is actually what I would like to trade on NU. The other one is not actually what I would love to trade. So this is me risking 7%. Sorry, 7 pips to catch 20 pips. This is more than 2 RR. is more than 2 hours. If I get this confirmation, I'm going to be giving a clear updates to the community and letting them know that they should go in on a particular trade. So thank you all for joining this live trading session, and I hope you were able to learn something. I hope you're able to get value for your trading this week. I hope that this guides you and helps you to be able to trade better this week. Make sure you make the money this week. Oh. Keep your risk management in check. Make money. Don't keep giving money to the market. See you during the updates. Stay active, VIP, free channel, and you get the updates from me. See you soon.